Alright, so in this video, I'm going to try and answer the question, is dropshipping still profitable in 2021? Now, to answer that question, I would like to show you the back end of my Shopify website. I'm also going to show you the back end of my ads manager in Facebook ads. And I'm going to show you a little spreadsheet with my KPIs. And we're going to go through some numbers and I'm going to break it down. And I'm also going to try and highlight a couple of things that are important to you being profitable with either dropshipping, drop servicing, or e-commerce in general. So before we start, I just want to quickly say that I've been doing dropshipping / e-commerce for the past over 4 years now. And there are a couple of things that I have learned. I've sold 2 dropshipping websites. One of them is called citycaps.co and the other one is called turnswifty.com. So there are a couple of things that I have learned, and let me start first off by saying that there are certain factors that are going to determine whether you're going to be profitable or not. Now, if you've watched a couple of other videos, you've seen that people talk about this concept of a winning product. And I found that to be true. I don't like to say as a winning product. Instead, I like to say as a winning offer, because you don't necessarily need to sell a physical product. You can sell a digital product, and that also counts. What matters here is to understand the concept that winning offer is something that the market wants. I often see people, want to start a business and they say, oh man, you know what? There is this, I have this great idea in my head. I'm like, all right, tell me what it is. He's like, man, I'm going to open a clothes store for men with some kind of criteria. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but why? Why do you think that? Well, because you know what I did? I was looking around for this thing and I couldn't find it, so I thought this is a great idea. I'm sure there's a lot of people like me who want to buy that same thing. And that is the first big mistake that people make when they go into business. I did that mistake myself. What you need to understand is that what you want is not necessarily what the market wants. If you think that, this red toy is something that you would buy, is not necessarily what the market would buy. And that is the first thing that you need to learn. You need to sell whatever the market wants to buy. If you start with that mindset, instead of, saying, okay, I'm going to sell this because I would buy it, you are off to a great start. Okay, so with that being said, and by the way, I was saying this to say a second point, which is that there are certain offers that are seasonal, right? So they have seasons. For example, Christmas trees are bought only during, a couple of months during the year. For example, swimwear is also bought mostly, for a certain amount of time in the year. And this applies to many different things, right? There are certain things like commodities, for example, like toilet paper or something like that, that is bought, constantly throughout the year. There are some trends, but generally people buy that all the time. But then there's also another thing. And by the way, if you haven't seen my channel, I talk primarily about e-commerce, dropshipping, drop servicing. And what I sell is I sell custom illustrations. So I'm gonna pop an example here on the screen now. Basically, a customer goes into my website, submits a photo, and then I have a team of freelance artists who create that who turn that photo into an illustration, right? And here is something that I've learned. I've learned that that people buy this not necessarily just for fun, but they buy it as a gift for other people, right? And this is super important. And it's also important to understand whether dropshipping is profitable or not. For example, let's say that you start your very own custom illustration website business and you start selling right now, for example, right? You set up your ads and you start running. You come to me and you say, George, what do? I'm like, all right, you do this, this, and this, and boom, set it up. So you do all of that, you set it up, you start running your ads, and you have a negative ROAS, right? Your ROAS is super unprofitable. You're gonna be like, George, like it's unprofitable. What did he tell me? And I would what I would say to you is that the timing is super important. You need to understand what is your business, right? So in my case, I sell gifts. And I've learned it the hard way. I've learned that people don't buy gifts all the time, but they buy gifts before an event. So my business is profitable literally 3-4 months during a year. Before Valentine's Day, before Mother's Day, before Father's Day, and a couple of months before Christmas, right? So that kind of quarter, 4 month. That's it. And so, for example, right now, my business is not profitable. I'm losing money every single day. But my business was very profitable from the 1st till the 8th of February because people were buying presents for Valentine's Day. And I would like to show you that. So let's go to my ads manager here. And let me show you a couple of numbers. So you can see right here that I had 5 campaigns set up. And one of them was a retargeting campaign. And you can see that I was getting a cost per purchase of 10.5, 12.8, 11, 12, and 12, right? And you can see right here that I was spending, my ROAS was, the lowest one was 2.1 and the highest one was 2.6. And I spent, on this campaign, I spent 2,000 euros and I generated back 5.2. And this was just from the 1st of February to the 8th of February, right? So this is in 1 week. So you can see I spent a total of 8.5, and for some reason my Facebook is laggy, so it's not showing me the total purchase conversion value. But you can see it's roughly 20, it's roughly like 20,000 here. So I spent 8.5 to generate 20 back. And now the question is that profitable? Well, remember this, the ROAS, the smallest one is 2.1 and the highest one is 2.6. So this KPI sheet right here shows how much, what kind of ROAS I need to get to achieve a certain amount of profit. So in this case, I put a profit target of 15%, and it shows here that in order to achieve this 15% profit, I need to be getting a ROAS of minimum 2.1. So if I'm getting a ROAS on my campaign at 2.1, that means that I'm profiting 15%. So from this 8.5 thousand, the minimum percent of profit is 15, but it's even a little bit higher than that. So is dropshipping profitable? Well, yes, it is. It is profitable if you know your business, if you have the right timing, if you have a good offer. And remember, a winning offer or winning product is also very important. If you are selling something that you want but not the market, and then you start messaging me and you say, George, I'm selling this offer, this product, but no one is buying it. Well, is it because the market wants it, or is it because you want it? So that's also very important to understand. And the second thing, as I said, is timing. So you need to get it right. There are certain times during a year when people buy gifts, right? So you need to understand, okay, is your business selling gifts, or is your business selling some kind of a problem-solving product that hasn't been introduced into the market yet? That's what dropshipping is really about. When a new product gets introduced into the market and it hasn't been exposed to a wide range of people yet, and it has some kind of an appeal, for example, it's a problem-solving product, that's what dropshipping is based around. So dropshipping is based around these products that have that the market wants, it hasn't seen before, and that's where dropshippers make profits. So it took me quite a while to understand this whole thing, and it's very, very important that you do as well. You might understand this later on, you might understand this now, but it cost me a lot to understand this. And this one simple thing, to understand that my business was a gift business rather than just people are going to be buying these illustrations all the time, cost me roughly $6,000. So if you're going to go into the custom illustration business, just know that it's best to set it up literally before an event, run ads, scale profitably, and then sell the business. Like if I'd do it again, I'd probably do it like that. I'd wait for Q4, set everything up, run the business, run ads profitably, and then sell the business. That's, by the way, that's one of the ways, right? That's like, okay, that's kind of like drop shipping, where you burn an offer and then you sell it off. The second option, which, as I said that I would do it again, but I probably wouldn't because I'm just, a little emotional right now. But what I would do instead, and which I'm doing now, is that I'm still a very big fan of running a business, optimizing the operations, building a customer base, loyalty, having loyal customers, and growing the business over time, and then selling it off. And this is a fixed cost business, right? And so after a certain critical point, this business is going to be profitable, paying for all the freelancers, paying for all the virtual assistants, even without spending ads, just on email alone. This is just a matter of how many people there are on the email list, right? So that's super important. That's something that I wanted to bring up here. Just wanted to show you a couple of numbers, share with you, and try and answer, is dropshipping profitable? And it is, but there are certain things that you need to take into consideration, which I have said in this video. So on this note, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Till next time.